So this is what happens when you let a beekeeper sow down a pasture. Look at the nicely scattered clover all the way through here. The bees are just all over it. I don't know if you can see the yard from here. Those boxes are just packed full of clover honey. We're going to have to put more boxes on right away. We were just established this pasture last year with a nurse crop of oats. And we're just letting the grass set some roots down before we graze it. And I dumped in a pollinator seed mix just to bring some diversity into this pasture. And I took a bag of yellow and white sweet clover and maybe sprinkled a little bit of that in yet. This field is just buzzing with honeybees. Absolutely brilliant. So the idea here is to, we're going to let this grass just kind of root down a little bit, and then we're going to put the cattle out on it. And the way we manage these pastures is we graze it right down. The cattle will eat the grass first. They'll eat the grass first every time. And then they go after the clovers, and they'll munch the clovers down from the top all the way down like this, but they won't completely kill the plant. They'll just kind of graze it down. And once we call it kind of like mob grazing, so we'll kind of mob graze this whole place, tramp it right down, graze it right down, and then we rotate them into another paddock, and then we allow this to regrow. And that grazing and the munching on these clover stems will regenerate the growth on this clover, so it'll just give me another complete full cycle lush growth of clover. And it provides me, and it's really important because when like right now the bees are packing this honey in right now off the clover. The canola is just about to bloom. We'll graze this down as the canola is blooming, so the bees will be in the canola. But when all that canola is done, this clover, it'll regenerate and start growing again. And it won't, I'm not looking for the amount of clover to provide me a continuous crop. It's just, I'm looking for continual nourishment, so my bees have something to feed on when everything else is gone. So these little places like my pastures here have this continual bloom going on, and it just provides my bees some natural nourishment during times later on in the year when there's nothing else available. It's extremely important to have this natural pollen coming into the hives, especially as they prepare their nests for winter. I can provide all the supplement I want. I can get as excited about feeding supplement as I want, but without this natural stuff, then nothing works, right? So this is just absolutely beautiful. We've got a nice nectar flow going on right now. These bees are packing in the honey. As you can see, these frames are getting nice and fat. Just drawing out those frames. So we're adding 2 boxes on just to hold them at bay. And we'll have to make another round in a week or so just to top up the boomers.